Well, a very good evening to those of you watching on londonlive.co.uk. 2015 Haringey Box Cup live online this evening, the quarter-finals from the Great Hall in Alexandra Palace. Listening to Chris Lloyd ringside with Ring A. Alongside me is John Dennon from Boxing News, and we'll be taking you through a great number of bouts over the next couple of days, both online and on TV as well. Remember the broadcast tomorrow night from 5 until 6 p.m, Sunday 1 all the way through till 8 o'clock. Some broadcast that's going to be. John, just bring you in here. This is not the first time you've been to this tournament. How does this fare compare with other years that you've seen for your day so far?
I think it's as popular as ever. I mean, there's such a huge demand for boxers to actually compete in this event. I think we had nearly 400 weigh-in this morning. There would have been more entered, a few weeks ago, when the entries were open. And that's a lot of boxers for a tournament over 3 days. I'm not sure off the top of my head how many compete in the Olympic Games, but I think we've got more athletes here. 4 rings going on at the same time. It's a huge operation organised by one small club in London. It's a pretty remarkable event.
Yeah, they've done an exceptional job, haven't they? Well, boxers you're currently looking at. This is the 5th bout on Ring A. This is a youth B-class bout between Dylan McDonagh in the red corner and Zach Morgan in the blue. McDonagh's boxing out of Hornchurch, Elm Park. Zach Morgan boxing out of Moulscombe. Bell goes for the end of the round. And an announcement was made just a few minutes ago that the bouts are going to be reduced from 4 rounds to 3 2-minute rounds, such as you mentioned, John, the sheer volume of boxers and bouts we've got to get through tonight, given that all of the winners today will have to box tomorrow as well. So really, some of these guys and girls won't be getting to bed till perhaps gone 1 a.m. if they were to keep it to 4, so perhaps a sensible decision to reduce the rounds.
Very much so. I mean, it's going to be a late night. We've got 28 bouts in total in this ring alone. So that could take us, up to midnight maybe, and this is just the first day of a 3-day tournament. If your club or your team is staying nearby, even then, that's pretty punishing. You've got to get up to weigh in again tomorrow. If you're going back home afterwards and then coming in again, that's a pretty brutal experience. And boxing day after day is tough. On most club shows, you've just got that event. You've got to weigh in each day for 3 days on the spin. That's not easy.
Well, absolutely. And we're now in the 3rd round between McDonagh and Morgan. So McDonagh in the red corner, Morgan in the blue, and it's an aggressive start to the 3rd round by Morgan. Stalking McDonagh back onto the ropes, finds him with a lead left hook, and then is tied up by the man in red. I suppose, John, just as important that the guys perform well in this bout, as important if they can to conserve energy over the 3 days, because the tiring process, as you mentioned, weighing in, boxing over 3 days, the adrenaline peaks and troughs must take a lot out of the system.
Yeah, but it's a hard trick to balance it. You don't want to go too easy and give the bout away, so you've really got to make sure the win first, and that can be very punishing. Neither boxers are taking it easy here, both getting caught up in clinches, pushing, pulling each other on the inside. That's draining stuff.
Both reddened faces as we draw into the second half of this 3rd round. The referee just separating them, warning Donna for a clash of heads, just telling him to keep it down. But I suppose with the bout we're watching, the guys are fully kitted out with head guards and vests, and that limits the possibility, almost reduces entirely the possibility of a cut in the bout. But as the tournament progresses, we might see some weight categories and some of the more elite levels of amateurs without head guards, and could be a topic of conversation that will come up over the next couple of days.
Yeah, the senior boxers will be boxing without head guards. That's a relatively new development. We've only had it for a couple of seasons. It's taking some getting used to. We've seen some pretty bad cuts as people have to adjust their styles, when you have a head guard, you can get in the habit of leaning forward, not worrying about head clashes. Now you have to avoid that, because if you get cut early in a tournament, that can really come back to haunt you at the later stages.
Well, the bell sounds for the end of the bout. Of course, scheduled for 4 2-minute rounds, but due to scheduling, getting all the bouts in this evening, it's been reduced to 3. This one will go to the judges' scorecard. See Dylan McDonagh there taking on a bit of water at the end of the round, and well, neither man, with their body language at least, perhaps indicating that they believe they've won the fight. It's been a close contest. We'll find out in just a few moments' time who's been given the judges' nod. So the decision goes to Zach Morgan in the blue corner. His first round in the Youth B 69 kilo category, and he will progress to the semi-finals tomorrow night. Commiserations to Dylan Morgan in the